Hey y'all, I am really excited about this training call tonight. Really happy that y'all hopped on. It shows that you are excited and serious about your business to take time out of your night to hop on here with me. So thank you for that. We're going to talk tonight about following up with your new joins once you have them, because we don't want to get them and lose them. We want to get them and keep them. So everybody knows that recruiting is what is going to give you a business. If you're not recruiting, you don't have a business, right? You're just working. But we want to be recruiting. But what follows that recruiting is follow up, retention, and keeping those subscriptions on. We want to keep your customers once you get them, okay? So when you join somebody, it's crucial that your people are coming in with their subscription order on. If they're not, you don't have a business. You're going to have a bunch of one-time customers. 80% of people who come in without a subscription order on do not reorder. That is not going to help them. It's not going to help you. They're not going to see the results they want to see in 30 days. It is not going to happen because our bodies take longer than that to heal. You are not going to get any benefit from them besides the welcome pack bonus you get from them if they're not continuing to order. So you want to sharpen your skills, make sure that you are following up with them effectively, helping them get great results on their products so that they continue to use their products. And this is a conversation that needs to happen during those prospecting talks and conversations that you're having. You need to talk with them. Tell them about our subscription program. Tell them why it is so awesome, why they need it, why they're going to love it. There are plenty of videos about that in our team page. So if you need to brush up on that, if you're not confident in that, watch the videos. Go in the team page and search for convenience orders, because that's what they used to be called, and you're going to see a lot of great information on those. They're very, very, very important. And if you're talking with somebody and they are just adamant they are not going to have a subscription order, then they do not need to join as a wholesale customer. That is not the right fit for them. So that's when it's okay to let them become a preferred customer, or even, a retail customer. They need to commit to 3 to 6 months on these products, period. But especially if they're going to join wholesale, because if not, they're just wasting their money, okay? So that being said, follow-up. That's what we're going to get into, is follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. What do you do with these new joins? How do you retain them? Because that's what's so important for your business and for your customers to see the great results they want to see. A lot of people struggle in this area. So if that's you, don't feel like you're a failure or you just can't do this, it's not working. You just need to learn the skills. And that's something that we can teach you. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So just keep chugging along. And that's what I'm here for. That's what your sponsor's here for. That's what I have Brittany for. We want to help you, and you're not in this alone. So don't ever feel like that. Okay, so I have learned over my time with Plexus that it is really, really important to have 4 touches with a new join in their first month. That number is really important, the 4 touches. And this is going to be 4 check-ins that you're going to do with them. Very, very important. So day 1, you just got a new join today. Susie just joined your team today. So what I want you to do is get out your planner. If you don't have a planner, you need a planner just for this purpose, because it will save you tons of chaos down the road, okay? So get you a planner. Open up your planner and go 4 days out from this date and write, check in with Susie. Flip over a week and write, see how Susie's doing. Flip over 1 more week, see how Susie's doing. And then flip over to that 4th week see how Susie's doing, okay? This is going to help you because you're mapping these touches out in your planner. That way, you have a plan, and you're not going to miss any of those follow-ups with her, and she's not going to fall through the cracks, because that has happened. It's happened a lot to a lot of people, that they got busy and they forgot, or, you know, life happened, whatever, and they just fell through the cracks. And we don't want that happening to anybody. When somebody joins you, it's because they're trusting you. So you need to provide them with the best possible customer service that you can. And that includes making them a priority, making them feel like a priority, and being sure that you check in with them like you're supposed to. And that also helps to put it in your planner, so that whether you have one join or whether you have 10 joins, you have this system in place so that you can keep track of everybody, because you will have times like that, you know, when you do have a lot of joins coming in and you don't want to miss anybody. So it's very important, and it's just very helpful to give them that support they need in that first 30 days. So when I'm following up with people, there are certain questions that I ask on certain touches, okay? And I think this order is very important. So take notes, write this down. The first touch is going to be on day 4. So you're going to check in with them, and most always they're going to have their products by this point, or they will be getting them that day. So you're going to check in and you're going to say, hey, Susie, have you gotten your products yet? I'm so excited for you to get started. Our shipping department is so good that they usually have orders to people in their first 3 or 4 days. So, and they're going to say, yeah, I did. I got it yesterday, and I've already had my pink drink. And so you're like, well, that's great. And here's your question. How do you like the taste? That question is very important because it's a non-intrusive question. It doesn't put any expectations on them, as in, do you like the taste? Do you like the flavor? You're simply asking them, how do you like it, right? And that's a simple, everybody's going to have an opinion on the taste. Good or bad, they're going to have an opinion. And then you can keep the conversation going from there. You want to stay away from, how's it going? What are you feeling? You want to ask that question that has 0 expectations attached, okay? That takes pressure off of them to feel like they have to, you know, be feeling fantastic or something on their first SLM. And that, you know, y'all know is usually not the case on their very first day. They, you know, so. And then with that first touch, what I do is I ask them the question, and then I'm also going to send them their triplex instructions. I have a little graphic that I send on how to, you know, how much water you need to be drinking, because water is so important. And also I have a video that I send that's called What to Expect When Taking Plexus. And those things are very important. You want to set people up with realistic expectations. You want them to be aware from the start that they need to be drinking half their body weight in ounces of water every day, because most people do not do that. And you obviously want them to have instructions, because we do like to start people off slowly with the products so that they don't, you know, they're just not being bombarded all at once with all the products. Excuse me. Okay, and on your second touch, that's going to be 1 week out from day 4. You're going to check back in with them, and here are some questions you can ask on the second day. Are you getting into a good rhythm? Do you feel like you're taking your products every day? How's your water intake going? Are you pooping 2 to 3 times every day? Okay, those are great questions for this week 1 conversation. Now, you don't have to ask them all of these questions at once, but you do want to have these questions answered during this conversation. And those answers that you get from them are going to determine how often you check in with them over the next week. You already have that next follow-up on your calendar, but you can absolutely talk to them in between then. You may need to check in with them more. to make sure that they're taking their products correctly. And then you may need to troubleshoot with them. If they're constipated, you may need to up their BioCleanse some and maybe their ProBio. If they're bloated, you may need to do some other things. You need to find out how much water they're drinking, things like that. You want to make sure that your follow-up system is effortless so that you're not missing anybody. So that's why scheduling it is so important. Okay, so week 3, you're going to check back in. Hopefully everything is going good. If they tell you everything is going good, here's what you can say. It's great to hear you're doing so well. Have you seen an increase in your sugar cravings? At my 3rd week, I saw an increase, and my sugar cravings actually came back. Are you experiencing that at all? And it's great to ask this because some people will see that and they will not tell you, unless you specifically ask. So it's great to ask pointed questions like that. If they say yes, that is perfectly fine. And that's when you know to up their ProBio a little bit. Do that slowly. But you can always up that ProBio if they're seeing those sugar cravings increase. And if they say no, you say that's fantastic. But I just want to let you know that if you do see anything, please feel free to reach out to me. Anything like fatigue, those sugar cravings coming back, or bloating, reach out to me. Don't hesitate to do that. Because I want to make sure that you are getting the very best out of these products. And if something like that is happening, that's a great thing, and it means these products are working to help your body heal, and we can adjust your dosages to make that as comfortable as possible for you, okay? And that you want people to be comfortable. You want people to, they obviously already trust you because they've joined you. You want them to feel comfortable so that when they do see things that they were not expecting or things that don't exactly feel fantastic, that they feel comfortable enough to come and talk to you about it. Okay, so that is week 3. On week 4, their subscription should either have just processed or is about to process whenever you reach out to them. So what you're going to do on this touch is you're going to be excited that they're feeling great, or you're going to be coaching them through, their body healing, because this is a time when a lot of people do really start to experience that, those things like bloating or fatigue, or maybe they have a rash pop up or whatever. But we know that that is just a sign of their body healing, which is a great, great thing, and that's what we want. But we want people to be as comfortable as possible while that's happening. So we want to help them through it. You also want to help troubleshoot things like maybe they're having trouble remembering to take their products. So you could help them set up alarms on their phone to do that, or they're not figuring out how to take their water, get all that water in during the day. So you can help them with that. You can show them how to break it up and do a liter or so between breakfast and lunch, and then another one between lunch and supper, and then another one before bed. Just give them specific ways to help them fit these products into their life. They're super flexible. Just really easy products to take, and you want to help them make this a routine so that they are consistent on their products. If you do this, if you have this system in place and you use it effectively and you do it with all of your customers, I promise that your 90-day success rate with keeping people on the products is going to go up. And it's probably going to go up not just a little bit, but substantially. The reason why is, number 1, people feel valued. Number 2, you are helping them. You're walking them through this every step of the way, and that's what people need. And I just want y'all to know that it is okay to check in with your people. You don't have to feel like they joined and now you can't talk to them anymore. It's your job. It's our job to check in with them and make sure what's going on with them. We need to know every step of the way. Celebrate their victories with them. Know what their concerns are, what they're having questions about. The more you know, the more they're communicating with you, the better off they're going to be, because the more you can help them. So that's really what you want. You definitely don't want to be obsessive about it and check in every 2 days, you know, for a month, because at some point they're going to be like, okay, I'm done with this girl, you know. But you do want to keep that conversation going, keep those weekly checkups, and if you need to talk to them in between, that is perfectly fine. Some people do need more than others, and that's okay. But you don't want to be obsessive about it every 2 days, because number one, that creates stress on you and them, and stressful situations just are not good. It puts pressure and expectations on them. They feel like they're supposed to be doing and seeing things that maybe they're not seeing at this point, and you don't want that. So just follow your schedule. Everything will be grand. And keep that open communication. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but when somebody joins, from the very beginning, when you're talking with them before they ever join, make sure that they're aware that they need to commit 3 to 6 months to these products. That's how long it's going to take for Plexus to really show them what healthy feels like. They need to give their body that time to heal. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a week. Most of these people that that join our teams, they've been dealing with issues for years. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to be fixed overnight. So we have to make sure they have realistic expectations. But you definitely want them to commit to that 3 to 6 months and bring them in knowing that. So if you can do that, if you have that expectation going in, they come in with their subscription on, and you have these touches throughout the month mapped out so that you don't miss them, you're going to see your numbers climb. You're going to see your team grow. You're going to see those rank ups happen. And that's what we want. We want happy all the way around. We want our customers happy. We want our teams growing. And the more our teams grow with happy customers, the more they're going to tell their friends. And that's how things duplicate down. And that's how our teams grow. And that's what we want. So that's what I have for y'all tonight. I just really wanted to make sure that you understood the follow-up process once you have a join, because it is so critical, and it's something that a lot of people struggle with. So it's not something you have to struggle with. You can. It is a skill that you can get better at. That's what I love about this business, is everything we do, all of these skills that we learn, that we use every day, are things that can be improved on. I know I'm still definitely improving on this and plenty of other things. So that's all I have for tonight. I hope that helped y'all. I'm always here for questions, you know that. So that's it. I'm going to stop recording now, but yeah, that's it. I hope it helps y'all.